I'm planning to propose to my long-term girlfriend on April 9th. On April 8th, Sonic the Hedgehog comes out in theaters. How bad of an idea would it be to see the movie with her on opening night, the night before I propose to her? Okay.
Keep going.
She is resigned to the fact that she will be seeing this movie with me and wouldn't describe herself as a fan. These would be on 2 different days, but the proximity of seeing Sonic and Knuckles clash it out less than 24 hours before I pop the question might tie the 2 memories together. This is from Eddie.
Now, listen, at first blush, I see where you're like, I think it's fine. But now imagine it's like a decade later and people are asking the question like, what was the proposal like?
Okay.
Yeah.
And how, like, eventually that story is going to be, so the night after we saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2,
what you'll do is you'll do that to figure out the date.
Right.
You'll say, well, let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog came out on April 8th, I remember. So we got engaged on April 9th.
Right. This is what I'm saying. So eventually it will become inextricably linked to watching the 2 powerhouses, Sonic and Knuckles.
And
with Miles Prowler present, let's not rule out Mr. Tails.
Did you say Prowler?
Yeah, that's what it is.
No, it's Miles Prower, Travis. It's a pun.
Are you sure it's not Miles Prowler? I thought it was Prowler.
Say
I know
Miles
it's per hour. I know it's miles per hour, and that's the joke, but I thought it was Prowler.
Okay, well, it couldn't be less important. But I love that in all of these considerations, and there's a considerable
You're
amount
right,
of
Griffin. I'm sorry.
anxiety. No, yeah, I know.
Of course.
I'm right.
There's no doubt.
That the idea of watching Sonic the Hedgehog 2 later did not
that is not
an option.
Not an option. We're going opening night. Gotta see Sonic.
If anything, it actually makes more sense to me to propose at Sonic than to move. I mean, if it's going to be linked, link it.
How about this? Okay? How about this?
Okay.
End of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I have not seen it. It's not out yet, but this might be how it is. Fucking Dr. Robotnik,
dead.
Big robot, not dead, kicks Sonic so hard and his rings come shooting out
Oh,
of
I
his
love where
body.
this is going. I know where it's going.
And
I love it.
He's like, and then he sits up and like Miles Prower, by which I mean Tails, is dead. And that's a spoiler. So he's like looking at his dead corpse and he's like, I'm so sorry, Tails. I couldn't finish the fight. If only I had another ring. And then he looks out at the audience. And you're like, down on one knee.
And he's like, Gurf, could you help me out?
Yeah.
Your name's Gurf.
It's Eddie. It's right there in the question, but that's okay.
Gurf.
Eddie Gurf, and you go by Gurf.
Eddie Gurf.
Yeah.
And Gurf's like, I got a ring, but I can't give it to you, Sonic, because it's going to my beloved. Will you marry me? And then Sonic's like, oh, fuck.
And then your girlfriend, now fiance, has to fight Dr. Robotnik.
Well, or, like, that's the end of the movie, and in your very special screening of Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Why won't they? No, what if this wasn't a special screening? Why don't they have it in more movies?
Yeah, a built-in.
In more movies, there should be a special. There should be a special built-in generic proposal invitation.
Dr. Morbius, the vampire, am going to kill you. But first, I think someone here has a special question to ask. And that's also going to leave it open to other things, too, right? Like, we don't have to just leave it like, I think someone has something important to say. And then it could be like, I quit, or,
I'm very sick.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Yes. Your mother and I are getting a divorce.
Yeah, that would be dope. Why isn't that in there?
This is all I don't think there's any problem. But I hope she's not a listener of our podcast because she now knows with 100%.
That's okay. This won't come out until 2 days after then.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie, let us know how it went.
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe. And Google, like, what's the shortest engagement in history? And call up, the Guinness Book and all that.
God, I can't wait to see Sonic. I didn't realize it was so close.
Henry has been asking about this fucking film since the first trailer came out 100 years. I mean, technically he's been asking about it since the after credit scene of Sonic 1 when Tails, Miles Prower, flies out of the portal and he's like, don't worry, Sonic, I'm on my way. And Henry's like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like,
I am way into this, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That is Sonic's best buddy. And he's like, why isn't he in this movie? And I was like, oh, he'll probably be in the next movie. And then I was like, why the fuck did I say that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
And then for the last, year and a half, it's just been, let's get there. Get there. Why haven't they made it? Why haven't they made it yet? Tell them to hurry. Tell Jim Carrey to hurry. Hurry, Knuckles. You're supposed to be fast, Sonic. What the fuck?